Hey guys, Mustache here with the Sentai Power Time podcast. To my left I have...
Mega Man.
To my right I have...
The Gorgeous Man.
And we're here to talk about all things Power Rangers or Super Sentai. So let's get right into it. Okay, since this is the kind of first podcast, we'll go ahead and start with either, I guess, our best Ranger memories. So with me, it would probably be the first time I went on a big hunt for the kind of Power Rangers collectible, being the Dragon Dagger. Went to Toys R Us for quite a while, almost every day for a week, and tried to get it, and finally I found it. Or it would be the time I actually met JDF at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. Let me go ahead and pass it over to my left, see what his best memory is.
My best memory was probably being a kid and dressing up as the Red Ranger with my friends when I was going out on Halloween. I had my friend who was a Green Ranger, and we had our own little battle. Thought it was pretty fun. That's when I really got into Power Rangers.
Okay, and then the Gorgeous Man.
My fondest memories of Power Rangers that I can think back to are actually two moments. The first one was when I got my first Zord, which would actually be the Falcon Zord, because my parents used to buy me all the figures, but they never bought me a Zord. So when I unwrapped that for Christmas, even though I didn't get any of the other sets, that actually, was pretty fond in my heart. And the second time, completely unrelated, was when me and my friends used to, me and my cousins actually, would pick our favorite Power Ranger and have our little brawls. And to this day, my cousin has a scar on his forehead from when he's like, "White Ranger!" and he jumped off the top of his bunk and then slammed right into a wall, like into his closet wall, and busted his head open. So his mom chewed us all out. And to this day, he still has the scar, and we just look it over like "White Ranger" whenever we get a chance to bring it up.
So we got all of our Ranger memories, kind of bringing us to the heart of it, as far as all the seasons that we've seen. So pretty much I've seen up to Mystic Force. I didn't get into Mystic Force at all. And then I did end up watching Samurai and some of Super Mega Force. But as far as the Sentai stuff, I've actually watched the whole season of Gokaiger, whole season of Kyuuger, as well as half of Dai Ranger and the first couple episodes of Jew Ranger. And then...
Well, I've watched most of the Power Ranger seasons, starting off with, of course, MMPR, moving on to Zeo, all the way through about, I think I stopped at Wild Force for a little bit, and then I started picking it back up. Lightspeed Rescue, I enjoyed too. Mystic Force, I started dabbing in a little, and catching the bits and pieces of the other seasons recently as well.
For me, I went through almost every season all the way through, up until, I believe, Wild Force, and at that point I watched just, the Red Ranger episode, and then I stopped for a bit, and I came back to it again, and I started watching from Mystic Force, from actually Ninja Storm, all the way until it got to, I think, RPM or whatever, when they started getting weird with the cars and the Jewel Thief, and at that point, I just couldn't fathom the idea of watching this for an hour. But I did watch, the episode when the Black Ranger came back, which was pretty sick. But also, I've been dabbing into the Super Sentai series, and I watched all of Gokaiger. I've watched a few episodes of Zoo Ranger, and a couple of episodes here and there, which makes my whole childhood feel like a lie, because all these episodes and the characters are way different than you see in the American ones.
That's so true.
So, that's our kind of introduction for us. We'll go ahead and get into the first subject, which would be this newly announced Power Rangers kind of live-action movie for the big screen.
Woo!
So we're kind of getting into it and thinking of like fan casts and things like that. So we'll go ahead and go through each kind of character and say who we think should be it, as well as who we think, or why the reasons that we don't like that person as a character. So we'll go ahead and start it off. Me and the Mustache and the Gorgeous Man are probably going to have a lot of similar people, just because we pretty much made our list together, to where Eric was kind of a solo list. So we'll go ahead and start with the Red Ranger. We'll have Eric start it off here.
Come on, Mega Man.
Well, you guys are probably going to think this is kind of weird, but I saw a comparison side by side on the internet of Austin St. John and Taylor Lautner, and I thought he hasn't really been in too much, so this might be either A, career heightener, or a B, career descent, if he murdered Austin St. John's role as Jason.
I could definitely see that, just because of how I guess he got really high with the Twilight movies, and he has, like you said, he hasn't been in anything.
Exactly.
So it either is gonna bring him back into the limelight or take him down a peg.
He was in that movie where he got
Please
like
don't bring up Shark Boy.
blown up.
Girl.
There was like a house getting blown up and he jumped in a pool. I remember that commercial.
Wait,
Abduction or something like
yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that,
But that
yeah.
one was like, he was supposedly like a secret agent, wasn't he? Or like
I don't
his parents were
remember,
secret
dude.
agents?
I just saw an explosion and him jumping in the pool.
And you saw that shirt off?
He
And
had
you were
his,
just like,
he had a shirt on, surprisingly. I was like, I thought after an explosion, you would see some
he had
abs.
a shirt on?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I could maybe see that, but for Gorgeous Man and I, we actually thought of Justin Chan as the Red Ranger.
Mainly because I'm fond of like the fact that the series started as a Super Sentai in Japan, and for me, I would just love to have an Asian actor, take the lead instead of always secluding it to either just a Caucasian male or just somebody random. Even what was it, Space Ranger? Even the alien guy, Andros, was a Caucasian guy, which made no sense to me. How in the whole galaxy you're gonna find a white dude to be a Red Ranger again? So. For me, I would just, love to see an Asian actor, Japanese preferably, possibly, but, anybody else try out a role for a Red Ranger in a right-away hit, which I'm pretty sure even if the movie flops and it does horribly, people are going to go watch it just because of the Power Rangers thing. Just like yesterday when I went to the Dragon Ball Z movie, that theater was kind of at capacity because you had so many people there that were reliving childhood memories and stuff, watching that cartoon in a live audience. So I'm assuming that maybe if this movie has that much potential, people are gonna fill up the theater no matter what, just on the fact that it's Power Rangers alone.
Yeah, going into the choice for Justin Cho, or is it? Let me see if it's Chan or Cho. Chan, sorry, I might have probably said that wrong the first time. He was actually in a little short kind of. I guess short film, where he actually played like a fighter. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to actually see him in that role again.
I saw him drunk for a whole movie.
Yeah, 21 over, drunk for a whole movie. So that was definitely Red Ranger material. Going with that Italian streak, Italian stallion. But we'll go ahead and move into our.
I would love that in a Power Ranger movie for them to be adults and the Green Ranger and all them having hangovers and jumping in the Megazord. You get the Green Ranger. The Green
need your help.
Yeah, you get
Zordon, I'm hungover.
Yeah, you get the Green Ranger who's actually like a pod dealer, and he just jumps inside the Megazord for the first time and doesn't even know how to use half the gizmos in there. Hopefully, it's voice automated for his ass. That'd be awesome for me.
That would be horrible because then you'd be like, munchies.
God.
Just imagine the Dragonzord just throwing either rocks or the Frito-Lay factory into his mouth or something.
Just smoke comes out of him. He's not even broken down yet. Dude, because if I'm right, when they used to have to call upon the Megazord, didn't they have to use their coins and turn it into a pick or something?
It turns into a crystal,
yeah, the power crystal, yeah.
That fool tries to either put it into a pick and eat it, or just try to smoke it.
Oh, oops. Oh, I missed the hole.
Exactly. See.
And so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which would be the Blue Ranger.
I had a couple of, to me they were good ideas for the Blue Ranger. The first one I had was Andrew Garfield, just because how he played Peter Parker, in my opinion, he gave him an edge. And I would like to have Billy with an edge to himself. Not so much the nerdy know-it-all, he's at fighting, but the nerdy know-it-all, oh wow, he kicks ass. And another guy I had was, I'm going to butcher his last name, but Anton Yelnats or something like that. He was really good in Star Trek, and I liked him, how he seemed like...
Scotty.
Yeah, no, not Scotty.
No, not Scotty.
That's Simon Pegg.
The kid.
Yeah, the Russian kid.
Oh,
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Okay,
right? See?
I could actually go with that
He
just
would
because
he would be a good Billy.
Yeah,
He would play the type of Billy that was in MMPR to begin with.
Victor.
yeah. Victor 5.
Victor 1-3.
But I really thought that would be one of the most perfect roles for him to play.
Actually, and you know what I think would be really cool, because we've never, I guess Bulk and Skull were the comedic performance.
Yeah.
I guess seeing not so much a nerdy Billy, but maybe a more comedic Billy, and kind of make him that way.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Which brings me to my third option, Nicholas Hoult, the guy who played Beast in X-Men.
But then I don't know. I don't want this to be like typecasted with a lot of these actors.
Well, he's not really that well known. He's only been in a couple of like really big movies. What? Jack the Giant Slayer, and then the 2 X-Men movies.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
when you're looking at
Warm
it,
Bodies, that's about it.
But when you're looking at it as as an idea for another kind of a nerd casting, it seems like we're already picking on ideas that have already been nerd casted in other movies. So for me, I would just like you said, probably somebody who's funny, somebody who brings something else to the table than somebody you can just imagine as being a nerd from another nerd. So I don't know. Like for me, I could see that happening with a more comedic. But if they did have to cast them as somebody nerdy, I would pick somebody else who probably hasn't fit that role just yet. That's why for my list, my personal list, I picked
Gosling.
Ryan.
If anything, Ryan Gosling would be the Green Ranger.
He'd be the Green Ranger.
The Green Ranger's the sexiest,
Really?
So, true.
That would be Ryan Reynolds.
True.
No,
we're not having this discussion.
Definitely not.
Are they not supposed to be this old?
Definitely not that old.
Because I want Dawson's Creek as the Red Ranger.
I don't want
James Vanderbeek.
I don't know. He's depressed.
I just still be over.
I can always just remember him standing at the edge of a lake with a canoe, and then a T-Rex coming out of the water.
him paddling and just being like that. Zordon, I'll be there.
I'm on my way. I'm rowing right now.
I'm almost there.
With the theme song playing in the background.
And then for I guess the other choice with us here, we have Quicksilver, or the person who played Quicksilver as the Blue Ranger, which would be Evan Peters, better known for his role, as I said, as either Quicksilver or in
Slicker. Ass Slicker is what he called him.
That's true. He was also Ass Slicker in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
But I think it would be good for that role, even though he's been seen as a stronger character. I thought he was pretty nerdy, not so much super nerdy,
but nerdy enough.
But nerdy enough in
Days of Past.
Huh?
Days of Future Past.
In Days of Future Past, yeah, exactly.
Well, that whole scene with the Pong, that was actually pretty
sick.
Yeah,
yeah, the Pong scene was very cool. And I would, you have to think of the character as well as if they're going to end up growing into what Power Rangers ended up being in the future.
That's kind of why I liked Anton Yelnats. Just because he had
you say his last name.
However,
every time you say his name, I think of Stanley Yelnats from Holes.
Okay, let's Anton Y. Is that better?
Okay, yeah. We'll just say Anton.
It was Anton. Every time I think of Anton, like when I watch Star Trek, I was like, all right, if this guy was in a pinch, he would step up to the plate, such and such, whatever.
I hope one day he comes across this podcast and just looks at your picture and just retweets that with just like the biggest fuck you.
Just to let you know, it's Yelnich.
Exactly.
I know.
I want him to just look at your picture and be like, you know what? I don't really care for Mega Man or this guy right here.
Just if you haven't seen it already, there will be clip art pictures of these people that we are naming off. So we'll move forward into the Black Ranger.
It has to be a black guy.
You racist bastard.
Let's play the racist card here. It has to be a black
technically
guy.
he could be a black guy or a Mexican guy.
He could, which is...
So he has to be a minority. Black Ranger.
So I have 3 options again. My
Black
first one was Michael B. Jordan.
Black guy.
Let's not get racist here, guys.
The show was racist.
Stop profiling.
The show profile.
Like I said, Michael B. Jordan, because we've seen him in kind of the superhero, I want to save the world type feeling.
Chronicle?
Yeah, Chronicle, there you go.
As well as he's going to be the Human Torch.
Right,
so,
which...
Human
we're not going to get into Human Torch. I'm not happy about that. But seeing Michael B. Jordan in Chronicle kind of, I want to say, spearheaded his movement into the movie industry, but he's still not that well known yet. He's known enough to be like, oh, hey, what's his name from that one movie.
I think the only bad thing about, I guess, his career right now is that he's being kind of typecasted in those comedic roles.
Yeah, but I mean, Chronicle really wasn't comedic.
It wasn't. But his most recent movies have been more comedic. Mm. And I'm sure he's going to, as much as I hate to say it, he might end up being the token black guy of the Fantastic Four. Because, Johnny Blaze is that kind of hot head. You know what I mean?
That's wrong. That's so true. Okay, well, to my second one was Brandon T. Jackson.
What was he in?
He was in, dear God, Percy Jackson. He played the.
He played the the kind of helper guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I could maybe see that
Because the Black Ranger was a supporting guy. He had his own trials and tribulations. When he was helping Tommy, he got the power shield. So he proved himself in a lot. And Brandon T. Jackson really hasn't been in too many movies. Like, you asked me, what movies? Percy Jackson.
But then that might also be good for him as well.
Yeah.
Because he isn't being typecasted.
Exactly.
Essentially, as much as I hate to say it because I'm sure he's in other things.
Right.
People probably mostly know him from Percy Jackson.
Exactly.
And that might have even been the last 2 movies he was in.
I can't think of, to be honest, I can't think of any other movies that he's been in.
Okay, and let's get to your last black guy.
Yeah.
He's actually not black.
Oh, surprise.
Jesse Metcalf.
From?
That name sounds familiar.
Desperate Housewives. I know it's weird.
Wait, is it the gardener?
I believe so. I don't know. I never watched Desperate Housewives.
He's very steamy.
I watched
right?
it. Because I actually watched that show.
Well, see,
it's pretty good.
I thought of him because of Adam Park.
Okay.
Okay, because I mean, we don't necessarily need to.
Is that no? He was in that movie John Tucker.
Was he?
That movie where he was like a basketball player or something. He was like a hunk.
He's in Dallas right now.
Christina Milian, I think, wanted
Reasonable Doubt.
Other
End of the line. Anyways, so I was looking through. I was like, okay, the Black Ranger doesn't necessarily need to be black, and the Yellow Ranger doesn't necessarily need to be Asian.
Mm-hmm.
So
Only in
with
the
that
90s.
being with that being said, I kind of like Jesse as a Black Ranger, just because it kind of like throw a curveball into there. It's like, wait, that's not Zach.
I think the only thing that I'm going against, as far as particularly that choice, is just that he does seem to look a little older.
A little, I agree.
And honestly, the only thing I'm fearing with maybe their future casting, as well as where they're trying to go, is it might end up being Disney-fied, where they end up being like that.
Oh, so one Yellow
the teenage the teenage attitude ends up being like 13, to where they're just like,
that would suck.
I want to go to the mall. You know what I mean? And that's what you don't want. And I'm sure a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. I know probably a lot of kids are going to end up seeing this movie.
Yeah, that's.
But I think more than anything, it's going to be the people who were fans in the in the 90s when it came about.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but for our choice, we chose it's the dude from Attack the Block.
Oh yeah.
He's also in 24.
Yeah.
He's actually a pretty cool guy. He's actually going to be in the new Star Wars. Here, let me look up a picture for him.
Oh, while you're looking that up, I forgot another Red Ranger. Liam Hemsworth.
We actually had thought about this.
We thought about him.
I totally forgot. I like Liam Hemsworth. He's a young actor. He's up and coming. He was in The Expendables.
His brother's Thor, though. That's too much power in that family.
Not really. No. Liam tried out for Thor first.
He has the thunder power, and then he has the Power Ranger in his family.
There's too much going on in that family. Chris Hemsworth is Thor.
They almost. I heard Liam could have been casted as Loki, which would have been pretty weird. I don't think I would have liked Thor as much.
I don't know.
Tom Hiddleston murdered Loki the entire time. He's amazing, Loki.
Yeah, I could see that, but for me, I don't know. I can't see another Hemsworth play such an iconic role. I mean, I saw him in The Expendables, and that was actually he had a pretty good.
He had a pretty good role in there. I mean, it was kind of short lived, but I mean, still, he made enough
he died
of
like
impact.
a champ. Though I'll give him credit.
Hell yeah,
Jean-Claude Van Damme killed him with the most sickest finesse.
Too. That's the shitty part. I was so mad when he became a bad guy.
Okay, we need to come back to the center here.
Okay, we're back.
So, Black Ranger, John Boyega. Here's a picture of Eric right here. He's actually going to be in the new, like I said, in the new Star Wars. Okay. He was in Attack the Block. He's also was in 24. I think of Black Ranger because we had the kind of hip hop keto.
Yeah.
They necessarily don't need to do that and kind of keep him like the talking black guy if they did wanted to choose an African American guy for the Black Ranger. But I think it would be cool because John Boyega it is Boyega. Ends up being he looks very strong.
Right.
To where I've seen some fan arts of the Black Ranger of a different style, and him being maybe that bulked up guy. Not to mention in Jew Ranger, the Black Ranger ends up being kind of a strong dude.
Right. Because
he ends up brandishing this axe. He even uses the axe when he's not in his morph form.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Because
I hate to say that we typecasted a black guy as a Black Ranger, so you know what? They're gonna make him a Blue Ranger.
I didn't.
I feel like
Yeah.
Oh, like I didn't.
people are gonna take that. People have always misinterpret things. They're gonna see him as a
Oh.
Blue Ranger and call him a Crip right
Yeah.
away. So
Yeah.
there's always a way to miss.
Or he could be the red.
He could be the Red Ranger and call him a Blood. 'Cause
Blood.
the way America runs, they're gonna automatically assume one thing or another.
America.
Okay,
I
so
love this place though.
next one would be yellow.
Okay. I have 3 again. Now,
Okay.
not
Yeah,
picking an
three
Asian.
for
I
everything,
know.
don't you?
Doesn't have to be an Asian,
Well,
so
pick
I'm
two.
gonna start off with
Pick 2.
Zoe Kravitz as Aisha.
From
Damn it. She was not Firefly. Angel. In
Days of Future
X-Men.
Past.
No,
No,
she
you're,
died.
Year 1.
Yeah, I know if you're talking
First
about.
class, yeah.
First class.
She'd be a cool Aisha. I like the idea,
I think it'd be
Kravitz.
cool. Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
wow.
I told you that, didn't I?
No.
Oh, I told somebody that just recently. She's
and
hot.
then she is pretty hot, right? So she brings like the attractiveness and then the kick-assness. Like when
The
you see her as
attitude.
Angel in First Class, you're just like, oh, she's just a pretty face, and then you see her actually get into action and see her abilities and stuff.
Okay.
No, my
you got-
second one, which is I'll leave it at
No,
2,
you're gonna pick it up.
is
to
going to
2?
be Ellen Wong. I just saw a picture of her next to
Is
a
this
Yellow
an
Ranger
Asian?
picture. Yes.
Ugh.
Let me see the picture.
There you go.
Maybe.
See,
I
I don't know too much about her.
Let me
though.
Okay, but what has she?
Can we see what her picture looks like?
Hold on, I'll show you right now. Let me see.
Is this something to fap to or not?
But I like that you actually gave us 2 choices, because then that also goes back to
like I did with the Black Ranger.
I didn't see this girl picture. I want to see it now.
She's pretty.
Oh my god. Who is she?
She's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, apparently.
Oh, she plays Knives.
I
No,
haven't seen it, dude.
not Knives.
And then the Carrie Diary. Silent
Yeah,
Night?
actually, yeah, her name is Knives.
I'll tell you right now.
Knives Cho, if I'm not mistaken.
If you guys don't know who she is, you guys can look her up.
Knives Show. Ciao.
Knives Cho.
If you have a
yeah.
thing for Asians, she's
So
she's
yeah,
quite something to fap
she was
to.
actually pretty cool because like you've seen Scott Pilgrim, right, or no?
I've seen parts of it when I was asleep.
She like is pretty badass near the end because like she brandishes like 2 swords, which actually is very reminiscent of the 2 daggers.
Yeah.
So I think that would be
Plays out, right?
Yeah, it would actually kind of work out.
And I'm just gonna honorable mention.
Yeah.
Brenda Song.
Here goes your third one.
Okay.
Brenda Song?
Yeah.
The girl from Disney
Disney
Channel?
Channel. Yeah. I mean, if we're going for young teenage, she fits the perfect stereotype for a young teenage.
I don't know. I've watched...
I mean, I don't know her as actually playing the Yellow Ranger, but it's a thought because, like he said, he wants to go for a teenage idea.
I didn't
She's
say
around-
I didn't say I wanted to go for a teenage.
Or
idea.
that's.
I'm
what
thinking
their
I'm thinking
premises would
more.
be.
I'm thinking more probably age group of maybe
20s for me. I want to see...
That's what I wanted
I want
to
to
see.
see young
but-
adults. Because... For
Like
me,
what we were talking about.
I don't want to see teenagers with attitude. That's played out on Nickelodeon for the last few years, and then Disney Channel. I would love to see adults who,
So Zordon's
as
gonna
their-
change it to.
So-
give me
so
some-
you would
some
want
young
somebody-
adults with attitude.
yeah exactly. You would want to change it to young adults
Yeah.
with attitude.
I would like young adults without with alcoholic problems.
Young
daddy
adults who
issues.
aren't in a sorority.
Lionsgate, if you hear me, I could do a couple push-ups. It would be a Green Ranger.
David
Feel
Cho,
like-
not in 21 and over. But
gorgeous man, Red Ranger.
Whoa.
that would be your name,
whoa.
gorgeous man.
Whoa.
That would be your. They would literally credit you as gorgeous man.
Dude, nobody else can really say my full name.
Gorgeous man.
Umberto Medina.
Now they're gonna look him up on Facebook.
Now
They're
they're
like,
gonna find him on Facebook.
who's this gorgeous man?
You know what? Let me lose 50 pounds and get back to my prime.
Woo.
Okay, so for our choice
I will
over
steal
here,
that Pink Ranger.
We
But
actually-
after seeing that Yellow Ranger,
we
that's,
actually have Emma Watson
I can dig
as
it.
the Pink Ranger.
I can dig it. I really can. She really hasn't been in many kick-ass.
was that the Yellow
scenes.
Ranger or Pink Ranger?
The
Yellow.
for pink. You
Oh.
picked her as yellow.
Yeah, you said-
Yellow.
Yeah, Emma Watson is yellow. 'cause you
Emma
said
Watson
pink.
is yellow.
What?
You said pink a second
Oh,
ago.
did I?
Yeah, you said
Okay,
pink.
I think I said
Um,
I think I said pink, but I meant to say yellow.
Because I was gonna say I chose Emma Watson as a Pink Ranger idea.
I say Emma Watson is yellow, just because she would be more of a supporter. Because technically, you got to think the
Yeah.
Yellow Ranger kicked more ass
Then the Pink Ranger.
than the Pink Ranger did.
Yeah, because
Because you got to think about it.
Kimberly
Okay,
was a little-
you think about it. In the Japanese one that they brought over, the Yellow Ranger was actually a man.
Dude,
so
yeah.
physically, she could do. They
Yeah.
could do a lot more than the Pink Ranger could.
watching her in This Is the End kind of gave me a different view on her. I know it was just like it was a whatever movie, but it kind of gave me a different look on her acting skills because you can see her as threatening. You can see her as
That's what made us think about it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty good. That's a good idea. I like that.
Because she's still a young actress.
Yeah, she is.
But
she's our age,
she's grown up in acting as well as like we said with this is the
Harry
end.
Potter.
Pretty much.
Jason. And then we get into the meat and potatoes of everybody's 90s crush.
Amy Jo Johnson is the Pink Ranger again.
Hey, Amy Jo, she already said,
she wanted to do it.
She wanted to. What?
She wanted to be
a villain.
She wanted to be a villain or something.
Yeah, didn't she say Ivana Ooze or something like that?
I don't remember.
I think that was like the kind of joke tweet that she came out with.
Oh God, I would cry.
But what's your choice?
Pink Ranger.
Oh, you said
Missy Peregrine.
Just to let you guys know, we're going into a dark place in Mega Man's mind right now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be his fantasy one right here. I guarantee you he has her as a background at one point or another. Or
when I was younger, yes.
He's done naughty things to his phone with that picture.
Missy Peregrine. Peregrine or something like that.
You know what? I'm going to let these people talk shit about
That's
you.
what she looks like.
Oh,
what was she in?
The freaking A. Rookie Blue, Stick It, Reaper, Wide Awake.
I know who you're talking about. There's my trademark snap.
Like I said, I'm gonna laugh when these people hear this podcast and see the way you butcher their names and
I
the
don't
way.
care. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guys, I'm sorry.
I actually do remember her in Stick
Apologize.
It, which would actually make sense with the whole gymnastics thing and things like that.
And then of course Emma Watson. I kind of thought of that. That one would be a cool idea. But now that you said Yellow Ranger, I kind of like that better. I really couldn't find another good fit for the Pink Ranger, so I kind of went off a little crush of mine. Either Hayden Panettiere or Anna Kendrick. Because Hayden was a cheerleader, or is a cheerleader in Heroes.
In Heroes,
Yeah.
So she has that preppy, oh my god, blonde hair, feeling to her. So I feel like a lot of us 90s kids could connect with her as a Pink Ranger. And the same thing with Anna Kendrick. She has that bubbly personality.
I don't know. Like I said, for me, I kind of see it like as a cheerleader, but you know what? Like I said, I want more of an adult theme, like kind of underlining things.
Well, she is our age, so she's middle.
To me, I believe she could be a go-go dancer or something like that. Something like I said. Like to me, if I wanted to watch teenagers with attitude, I could just easily turn it on Nickelodeon or something.
Same thing, like I said, with
Netflix it.
With Emma Watson as the Yellow.
Watson?
I said Watson.
No, you didn't say Watson.
Whatever.
You said Watson.
You gonna correct somebody?
Yeah,
I know. Peregrine Falcon. But I could actually see Anna Kendrick being more of a Yellow as well.
A yellow?
A Yellow. Because I think she could bring the comedy. Make the Yellow Ranger, kind of funny.
Okay.
So Pink Ranger for us. Who did we decide to go with?
We went with we actually went with more of a character rather than a person. We went with the person that plays Thea Queen, which I'm actually looking it up right now.
Who?
She plays Thea Queen in Arrow.
She's Oliver's little sister.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Arrow yet. I really want to watch it.
This is what she looks like right here, which I think would be kind of nice. You know what I mean? Not to mention she's young. She actually plays like she plays an attitude on TV, but she actually plays up an attitude in the show. So I think it might be pretty cool.
Okay.
It looks like her name is Willa Holland. So
yeah, that's actually, you know what? I was on was it Voodoo the other day when I was just going through my movies and I happened to come across her name, and there's an older movie she played in that I saw where she's like, I think it's called like Party Monster or Pool Party or something like that. And it actually seemed adult themed, like way more than you would expect from her. The fact that she plays the character in Arrow. Where, it's about like all these kids that go to LA and stuff, and it was an adult themed movie, but it looked pretty good. I don't know, for me, it didn't have a high rating, but I like weird movies like that, so I'll probably watch it.
I've only seen her in Arrow, so I would definitely like to see her in a different role. And like I said, I think she would bring, a Kimberly perspective onto the character.
Kaylee Kuko, Pink Ranger.
I don't know who that is.
You don't watch Big Bang Theory?
No.
I'm totally
okay. Your opinion just got thrown out the door as of right now.
Eric has been jettisoned from the podcast. He says
Lindsay Fonseca. Lindsay Fonseca.
The girl from Kick-Ass, the girlfriend, the Mexican girl.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? Let me bring this up.
Honorable mentions.
When I actually did look for castings before we even thought about like doing our own list, the choice for Pink Ranger actually came up as the chick who plays Hit Girl. They're actually considering her.
Moritz, or...
Chloe
Moritz
Moritz or
Grace
something like that.
like
Yeah.
She's really young though, dude.
I don't know.
She's
barely
18?
That felt typecast again, just because.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already seen her kick ass as Hit Girl. I mean, like
Yeah.
that role is pretty predominant.
I mean,
to her.
it would be different.
you don't
it
see-
wouldn't be bad. I'm not gonna say it'd be bad.
You don't
but-
see her and see Carrie as the movie she played in that.
That's true.
You
I
kind of
didn't
more or
even
less
watch
see her as
that,
Hit
dude.
Girl,
I
and
didn't
if you
wanna
see her
watch
as a
that.
Power Ranger, it's just like, to me, it feels a little bit typecasted for her to be in that role again.
Right. I get what you're saying.
We've already seen her as, like a hero, which, I mean, for her, I think she should leave it on top with that role, and then,
Yeah.
start focusing maybe like on dramas or something else that doesn't have to relate to her showing her fighting expertise.
Okay.
I mean, for all we know in real life, she probably doesn't even do half of her stunts or anything like that, but they're
Who
going to
knows?
typecast her as that because of her ability in that one movie. So
Yeah.
for me, I would prefer somebody else who, you don't see all the time as a fighter or
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
even as a threat, because the Pink Ranger to me never looked like a threat, but she did have an attitude that could back up.
Yeah, she did.
She had a cool bowl.
Okay, and now for the best Ranger of all,
Oh please.
we have the Green Ranger.
So do you want to do this one first then?
I thought
No,
I thought we jumped ship and started talking about the Go Kaiju series.
Oh, okay.
the
You talking about Marvelous?
Go Kai Blue?
Okay, so-
Blue.
So for green or white or both?
I'd say just green because I
We would go with green because
Okay. Taylor Kish, I kind of like him for Tommy because he's
because he looked like Tommy when he played Gambit.
Let's not bring up Gambit, all right? I like Gambit. He's my favorite X-Men, but I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about him playing Gambit again.
You ever play Marvel's Capcom 2 and do the Gambit glitch on people? Like
No.
randomly whoop their ass and then jump off screen so they can't hit you?
Wow.
You look like the kind of person that would do that.
No, I wouldn't. That sounds like you. Now.
Okay, so you're going with him.
No,
he was
I-
also
I-
in,
him?
in
I do
Friday
that.
Night Lights, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
he played.
Okay.
Damn, what's his name? He was the fullback, I believe, and the linebacker.
It doesn't matter.
And
He's
Dave
like, I don't
Franco.
want football.
Dave Franco.
It's a weird. It sounds like a weird choice. But the way I saw his attitude in oh dear God, what's that movie? Now You See Me.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he definitely
he was really
played
quiet.
he played very arrogant.
Yeah, he was very quiet at first because how Tommy was at first in the very beginning when they introduced Tommy, he was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
But then when he finally came out of his shell, he's just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys?" And really.
Yeah, I
get
could definitely see that. Who we chose, we actually put Roy Harper. Like I said, we were gonna have a few Arrow things on here. We who was the actor Colton Hayes.
Okay, yeah, I bet they'll talk about
I want
that.
to say it's either Hayes or Haynes.
I think it's Haynes. I think it's
I think it's Haynes.
Honorable mention. I forgot his name completely, but it was somebody that Miss Mustache had pointed out to me. He played on Teen Wolf. I can't believe. I can't believe I'm gonna even mention this.
Oh God.
But the guy she picked for Green Ranger, I'm sorry, but that man is pretty. I could see him as a Green Ranger.
Babe,
Who was that? Kathy's. She's in her own role, but there was a guy. I don't know. Like if you see she showed us the video from Teen Arrow and then his IMDb or Wikipedia, and this guy is. I'm not gonna lie. For a Green Ranger, he looks like he has a part, but he's old.
yeah, we'll definitely put a picture up.
After that, man, that pretty, no homo, I guess, but that's
all homo.
That's
right
a gorgeous
there.
man. Yeah, that's a lot of homo right
That's a
there.
lot.
Is that where you got your name?
Yeah.
Gorgeous man.
As of right now, that's
So, like I said, we're talking about Colton Haynes, who was very awesome in Arrow.
Okay.
Because he played that dick, very well. Just because, when he literally,
and then they get on me for saying the guy that was pretty. As
I know.
he said, he played a dick very well. No homo.
So he's arrogant.
he was
He's arrogant, egotistical asshole is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
On the
very...
Mirakuru. On the Mirakuru,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
definitely
He loved Thea to death, but once he got on Mirakuru, or whenever he would talk to the Arrow,
Yeah.
he would totally, change. He would totally be a dick to him. And I think that would be really cool to see him in that role again.
Yeah, because he could play both parts then. He could play both sides after with the green candle and Rita changing him.
And especially if they end up doing these two people all together,
God.
they've already been in a relationship on Arrow.
So we'll have that great chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
So, time to get into the
villains finally.
Actually, bonus round right here
Oh God.
for Bulk and Skull.
Oh! Okay, since these guys have paired up before, I honestly thought about Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. Just because Jonah Hill...
Superbad all over again?
Almost, but not as vulgar, I guess. And
If it's
more
an adult movie,
comedic.
they could be vulgar.
And more comedic. See?
I could definitely see it.
Because, I mean, Michael Cera is taller than Jonah Hill.
My
was taller than
Yeah, my honorable
Bulk.
mention was actually James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah, James Franco's too pretty for that.
But we'll get into the other choice for them later.
That's my
Jay
honorable
Bruce.
mention.
Huh? Butcher his name again. I'm sorry, Jay, if you hear this. I'm sorry. Jay Bruchal or whatever. As Skull. You've seen This Is the End?
Yeah.
Okay. His best friend Jay. Seth Rogen's best friend Jay.
Oh yeah.
He would be a perfect Skull.
Actually, yeah, I can see Jay.
Yeah.
He was in Goon.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see him playing
I actually
Skull,
love that
and
guy.
Maybe Seth Rogen.
But the
as
only thing is, I feel like
Skull-
he's
Bulk.
more funny when he has that like I guess dirty sense of humor.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, Bulk and Skull were that dirty sense of humor at that time. In
Okay,
the
fine.
80s.
Jay is Skull and
Jonah
Craig
Hill's
Robinson as Bulk.
Okay, that
Who?
Craig Robinson.
From
Take your panties
He's
off.
From This Is the End. The black guy.
Oh, the black. Okay, yeah.
you
That'd be
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
I
DJ
love that scene. He runs up on the demon. He's like, "Take your panties off." And he gets like,
DJ Request.
Huh?
DJ Request. Remember? DJ Request don't take no requests.
No, when he was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
You were watching the movie. It's called The Girl Next Door. Ridiculous movie.
Oh,
it's from the
God.
whitest kids you know. But he played a rapper called HorseDick.Imping.
Oh, yeah, yes, I remember.
It's like, hey, HorseDick.Imping.
So, but what I had read online when we got into it, and I thought would be a very good choice, were the comedians Keegan-Michael Key
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
Peele. I think it would be really good. They're already a duo right now.
Yeah.
And they're flexing that kind of like skinny, big type of like, I guess if
Yeah.
you wanted to keep that.
I see where you're going with that because Key and Peele are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like they're very up and coming comedians.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Oh,
It'd be different.
I
It'd
wouldn't
be
even,
really
I wouldn't even
different.
consider them up and coming. Like they're going
pretty
on
young.
third season
they're
of their
pretty.
show.
They're pretty there then. But still, I don't know. If you think about it, remember how we were talking about, stereotyping the Black Ranger as black? Well, when you get kids from our generation, they're gonna be like, "That's not Bulk and Skull." But then when they finally hear them,
Yeah.
from not if they actually became in the Power Rangers, if you hear them like in Key and Peele, they're just be like, "Oh, hey,
Okay,
that is Bulk and
my
Skull."
hope, if they do cast them, and it's gonna sound completely racist as I say this, is that they don't make them like stereotypical as the two robots from Transformers.
Yes.
Like where they're
Jazz.
just like,
This is a cool place to
not
kick
Jazz.
it.
No,
Dumbass, not
no,
you.
you're talking.
I'm talking about the two twin robots.
Oh,
Yeah.
the two
Sick.
rednecks.
Yeah.
They
weren't
weren't
they
rednecks.
They were,
No.
they typed
Oh,
it
no,
in
no,
black
no,
on,
no,
dude.
no, talking
They
black
were
guy.
friggin' like, they were like
That's
straight
'cause
out
you're a
racist.
bitch.
They
Yeah,
couldn't
right.
read, they couldn't do this and that. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that is some racist shit. The first time I watched that
They had a
movie,
gold tooth too. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
I'm busting cap in his
But-
ass or
but
something like that.
Going on the adverse
That's
of
because you a
that,
pussy.
I would love to see a remix version of that like Bulk and Skull that. and just being like,
yeah,
just being like, boom, like, and just kind of keep it like, like it would be cool, you know
That
what I
would
mean?
be cool. It'll bring a nice
It would-
little twist to
it
a
would
new
bring
age.
it-
Your first part of the beat got some song stuck in my head.
I
It's
know,
like,
I know.
that refugee's like, we are the refugee. that first part of that beat.
But it definitely would bring like a more modern approach because you got to think there are gonna be kids that don't know that.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of kids that aren't introduced to like
Man.
the original. Power
Because
Rangers,
even going
which
back
is sad, but
to even going back to Power Rangers itself, Super
bringing
Mega
Cheddar
Force.
Bob and Mackay Pfeiffer from 8 Miles.
Cheddar Bob shot himself with his own gun.
Honorable mention right there, Cheddar Bob.
But
Cheddar Bob.
because you have to think too, like with Super Mega Force, they brought in like
Bulk.
uh,
No, that was Samurai.
Samurai brought in
Bulk was
Bulk.
back. And then
Even
they brought
Skull. Skull was in the end.
They brought Skull back in the very last episode.
They did?
But
Oh, I got
Because Bulk was babysitting, taking Skull's son under his wing.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he called him Uncle Bulk. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be cool because, or like I said, Megaforce copied the intro for MMPR. They ended up copying a lot of the things from the first episode of MMPR. So you see a lot of mirrored images of that. So bonus round over, and we get into the villains. So first off is the most evil man in space, also known as Mr. Muscle, Lord Zed.
Okay.
When do we call him Mr. Muscle?
I call him Mr. Muscle.
Okay.
Okay.
I never
You see all those muscles.
Okay.
I call him Brainhead or something.
I call him MC Gorgeous Man. Okay.
MC Gorgeous Man.
Okay, so I have two.
I'm gonna be honest. I want him to look just as ill as he did in the first Power Ranger movie, where his head was like pulsing and stuff like that, where you can actually see.
They did a really good job on Zed in the movie.
Zed being an American character, like he had no history with the Super Sentai at all, and then the way they did him justice on the movie was outstanding. Now, I didn't like the side characters because I mean we're so used to like Goldar, but I mean the other that fat pig looking thing that they had in there.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Villains.
I have two. Michael C. Hall playing the voice.
Okay.
Same thing with William Dafoe.
Back to the formula.
Get a different actor for the body because you don't see Zed's mouth move.
Yeah, you don't.
So kind of how they casted. Oh dear God, James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader. They could do the same with Lord Zed. So I like William Dafoe. That's my top choice as the voice of Lord Zed.
I could definitely go with William Dafoe just because he would definitely have that. You could even make his voice, I guess, less low and make it a little more high, and he could do that.
Exactly.
That's why he's one of my top choices for if they redo a Joker.
Well, even Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch?
Is it Cumberbatch?
Cumberbatch?
Sorry, Benedict. My bad.
This guy's gonna shed a lot of apologies after this.
I'm gonna
His
write
Facebook
all
is
this
gonna
down.
I'm gonna put credits of just like Eric would like to apologize to.
Apologies too.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna send out a tweet and everything like he destroyed your name, but if you guys would like to personally email him, this is his Facebook contact.
F you both. But no, I really like William Dafoe as an actor. To me, he is very underrated with some aspects of his career. Like, I even like Gary Oldman playing Lord Zed's voice. Because you've seen him do so many different characters. Like, he played Zorg in Fifth Element. He was Commissioner Gordon.
So
he was the Russian guy in Air Force One. He's done so many villains, and he's a very good voice actor.
Yeah.
I mean, not my top choice,
I don't think
I
don't think we've ever seen him in like, I guess, that sinister. You know what I mean? Because you got to think.
Yeah. Well,
the voice
Zorg is probably the
because I mean
sinister.
the person can look evil, but if he doesn't have the voice to match it, it just
Zorg from Fifth Element.
No, Zorg, really?
Dude,
No,
I would pick Chris Tucker.
He had the really.
I would pick him before I pick that dude.
Navian Rangers.
Imagine
That's like Alpha.
Chris Rock is
Dude, no. Chris
Alpha.
Rock with that blonde hair as Rita Repulsa.
Oh,
So,
I would say
well,
that
I'm
as a
sticking with
threat.
William Dafoe.
okay, for our choice, we chose Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I could see that.
Liam Neeson could definitely bring
I
that
kinda
if he
like that.
wanted to, like, keep the voice low and even like slow it down.
Well, because we never really see him in anything like as a bad guy. The only movie I've seen him in was 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, and I gave that about a 5.5.
No, you know which one actually sold it to me was, and it's surprising, as funny as it is, was the Lego movie when he plays bad cop.
Oh yeah,
Because like when he goes between the good cop and bad cop, he's all like, "Wait, is it supposed to be a good cop?" He's like, "Oh, here I am," or whatever. And then he's all like, "You like some water?" "Yes, please." "Too bad."
Boom.
Smacks it through him. He actually played a good villain, like
I
in
like
my
that,
opinion.
Yeah. I like that. That's a
yeah,
good
definitely.
choice,
And the thing is he can be definitely very suspenseful. Like, look at his Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
though.
like-
Oh yeah, that's true.
him as a voice, and Brock Lesnar as the body, I guess.
Brock Lesnar or Vin Diesel even. Vin Diesel could be the body.
Not because then people are gonna want to hear Vin Diesel's voice.
Yeah,
That's true.
You're just gonna have to.
I am Zed.
You're just gonna have to, like I said, you're gonna have to
Batista.
wait till I lose about 50 pounds and get this muscle back, and I can be inside out for them.
So top choice. Okay, so that's our Zed.
Yeah.
So opposed to what all you guys think, top choice for Rita
Nicki Minaj.
has to be Nicki Minaj. Okay, has to be Nicki Minaj. You know she got that boom to boom to boom bass. Okay.
She got that boom to boom to boom body too. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Okay, so are we gonna get serious?
But in all seriousness, we totally agreed on the same
I
one.
had to say.
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yep. Cause look at her playing.
No, I didn't agree
I
on
can't
shit.
even-
I'm still going for Nicki
Bellatrix
Minaj.
Lestrange?
Thank you. I couldn't think of her name, but when she played Miss Lestrange in Harry Potter, she had this sinister look. She had the voice.
Mm-hmm.
She had everything going for her.
The thing is even if they wanted to change up Rita's look a little bit,
yeah,
it would still be
pull it off.
awesome. Yeah.
So what? Tim Burton's directing this?
Huh?
Is it Tim Burton's directing
I
this?
know.
But I did have an honorable mention. Rachel Weisz,
From
The Mummy.
the wife.
The girl from Constantine.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's kind of out in left field because no one would really think of it. I haven't seen her in a movie. She's played a bad person.
Yeah, that's true.
She's never played a villain.
That's got to be my only grief.
So
with that.
it would be kind of
It'd be kind of
a
different,
twist.
but she looks like a tan Helen Bonham Carter to me. Like just
Not
No,
in,
no,
the Mummy. She's really
she's
light
a
skinned in
less-
the Mummy.
aged Helena.
Yeah.
Honestly. But then again, I feel like Helena has more of the chops for acting.
Oh yeah,
Like, as
No,
far
no,
as,
I
you know,
completely
like-
agree because I liked her as Lestrange.
Yeah.
She was perfect. So if she brings that same energy,
yeah,
and
I'm gonna vote for Rachel Weisz just because I like to see her make a comeback.
and she's so sexy.
She's on nuts. So
You okay?
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz, if you hear me, you're my first choice as of right now.
Kiss ass.
I love you. I saw you in The Mummy.
She was so sexy.
I was going through puberty and it was an awkward phase.
Okay.
So that gives you a hint on why you're my favorite as of right now.
the main guy,
Watch The Mummy 100
the
times.
main Power Rangers nemesis, Goldar.
Batista.
That's who actually we said.
Batista.
Batista as Goldar.
I
could definitely
just watched Guardians of the Galaxy today, and I saw how he played out. At first,
Surprisingly, he was amazing.
he was
in that
really
movie.
good as Drax. I really enjoyed
very
it.
good as Drax.
Of course, like some people are gonna be like, "Oh no, The Rock," or "Oh no, Brock Lesnar." Brock Lesnar would be another good choice, but you don't know his acting skills.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw him in WWE, so he has pretty good acting skills.
The only thing I guess I would say with my choice with Batista
We never talked in there though.
is I've only seen him act as
Drax.
Drax.
But he still brings that
to
violent
where
temper as Goldar.
you would have to bring But then again, going with The Rock, you would we've seen
You
The
know
Rock,
what to expect.
Yeah.
And he's
And-
played a villain before,
Yeah,
so I mean,
exactly.
The Rock wouldn't be a bad choice. But I mean, he already has so much shit going on.
Yeah,
And I highly doubt he'd be like, "Hey, we want you to play Goldar." So you want me to play like a third
We
string?
still don't know if he's gonna be
character?
Shazam or Black Adam. Still,
He's
Yeah.
probably. I really hope he's
He
Black
played
Adam. He'd be
Hercules.
perfect.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect as Black Adam.
And especially with that Hercules.
Yeah.
I would love to see him just be like Rangers. You know what I mean? Like
That, damn, I didn't. That's pretty
All right.
freaking.
All right.
That's perfect.
Hey, man.
So we're kind of tied.
So
now.
I'm voting Craig Robinson again. So when he runs up to them the first time, he'd be like, "That is all." Swing around his sword.
While
actually
he's flying.
going into that as well. Since we know Goldar is pretty much his own character, they could have him develop because if you remember the Sphinx,
or something like that. One of the first.
or no, was it Gravenzel or something like that?
King
He was-
Sphinx.
King Sphinx, that's what it was.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah,
I think it is.
He actually looks like Goldar. They pretty much look like a copy of each other. So I think if they wanted to develop, like maybe make
Set up like an old pharaoh.
King Sphinx be like his pre-Goldar phase,
Okay.
and then he gets knocked down by the Rangers, and then he gets powerful armor,
Okay.
and becomes
okay.
Goldar.
Yeah, I like that.
Or de-evolution, like if he got blown up in his large size, he reverted back to like a golden,
Yeah.
like.
So
Goldar.
I have a bonus thing real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Did you guys like Ivan Ooze at all as a villain? Be honest.
He's
too.
all right.
He's alright. I mean,
'Kay.
I have memories of that movie.
So
I like
from the movie, if they ever thought about bringing Ivan Ooze back, honestly, I don't know why. I have two choices for that: Hugo Weaving and Robert Englund.
I don't know. Hugo Weaving's really like particular about the roles he does take.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I
mean-
highly doubt he would want to take that role, considering it'd be like a B role to him.
Plus, he's pissed off a lot of people with what he said about the whole Megatron, like how he felt it was talentless or something like that with the Transformers movie.
Oh
I know a
no,
lot
was
of-
that Transformers? Because I thought he said that about his Red Skull too.
Everything. He doesn't like anything.
He does not like anything like remotely, I guess, like comic related or like
The only thing he really liked was his
Serious
role
movies.
in the, Lord of the
Matrix.
Rings and the Matrix.
yeah.
Dude, did you know that The Matrix was an awesome trilogy? I suggest if you're too young to watch it, you should watch
They're
it.
Yeah,
making more. I'm so
definitely.
excited.
I don't know, man. Like
Keanu Reeves,
I
honorable
mean-
mention, man of my heart.
Keanu Reeves, Red Ranger.
Dude, that was
Keanu Reeves. That's Keanu Reeves
I know.
in every movie he's been in.
Zordon, top choice.
Patrick Stewart, my one and only choice.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Dude, you can just expect him to put Professor X in a glass tube and
Yes.
nobody notice it.
That's honestly, man. That's the only.
might as well just
one
put him in a
I
wheelchair
really,
again.
Shut up. That's the only one I could really like enjoy.
You want me
seeing.
to blow your mind? You want me to blow your mind right now?
What?
James Earl Jones.
Oh
as
my
Zordon.
god.
James Earl Jones as Zordon.
That's perfect.
That would be awesome.
That would
Lord,
be amazing.
he was like, you know, the
Rangers.
Yeah,
most evil
exactly.
Sith out there, and you know, the most white light that could ever be.
Okay.
Besides being
Is that
Simba's
your
dad.
choice too?
Hell yeah, that's my choice.
Of course. Kiss ass.
So
no, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if
No, but see, like,
if anybody knows
I know
what I
that
think
people
about
are
him,
gonna
you'd
be
be
like,
surprised what we say off this podcast.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, like, I can see where you're going with James Earl Jones because he has the big booming
Yeah.
voice that the original Zordon had.
Yeah.
But hear me out with Patrick Stewart.
He's
now
bald.
I get
Yeah.
he's bald.
Yeah, already
But
bald.
He's very wise in almost all the movies he's done. When he played, I'm not even gonna try to figure out what his name was in.
But dude, you can't have the leader of the
Star Trek.
X-Men being the leader of the Power Rangers too.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I would like it because I love Patrick
Okay.
Stewart as an actor.
But the thing is, too, is that we had talked about.
yeah, this is what happens when I'm gone for 2 weeks.
We were talking about maybe doing a more stern Zordon, to where like
Zordon
essentially,
really wasn't laid back though.
but essentially saying, you know, like say, you know, Rangers form, he makes the Rangers, they go out on their first battle, they mess up, you know, halfway through the movie, you make
Okay.
them, you know, come
Yeah.
down, and Zordon's like, you really tried? He's like, but you need to do better, you know.
This
what I mean?
isn't teamwork.
Yeah,
You guys
exactly.
are fighting for yourselves, not
Exactly.
for each other.
Yes, you know,
Okay.
kind of making that message
Okay.
of the movie.
Well, because also like when you saw him in Sandlot,
Yeah,
he kind of had that stern but friendliness.
exactly. Yeah,
When
yeah.
I saw him talk to Simba from Cloud, you know, he had that.
He brought
slur.
it up.
Remember
Yeah, yeah.
who you are.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, I'll even go with James Earl Jones, Mufasa, in a tube of glass. I'll take it.
Just the Mufasa head
Yeah.
just floating.
Just like every time the Rangers mess
Not
up,
even
just
the glass, just in the
remember
orb.
Who you are.
Not even in the glass, just like in the orb.
It's like smoke.
Like the great Madam, what's her name? From Disneyland.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I know, Madam Minerva,
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Like the lady in the floating glass
yeah.
ball.
and on the Haunted Mansion ride. So, huh?
you say honorable mention?
I didn't say honorable. Okay, I guess we're going with an honorable mention.
No, I don't have
Another
an
honorable mention, you know,
I don't
his
have
third
an honorable
choice.
mention. No, I don't have one. That's the I was set on.
Oh,
Patrick
okay.
Stewart.
I'm set on James Earl Jones.
So
You guys are convinced
you
me
can't
James
you
Earl
can't
Jones.
have a Zordon
No.
without an alpha.
Alpha.
So alpha choice.
I didn't really look too much into it, but I'll probably have to go with either
Lil
the guy
Wayne,
who
auto-tune.
played the guy who played
Rangers.
Young
Young Ranger, baby.
I know, like Little Weezy as Alpha 5, and then James Earl Jones as his like, you know, his Grand Master.
Alpha.
This-
Alpha.
No offense to anybody, but this movie,
Alpha, get those on like, ay,
this movie is turning into the Oz.
The Wiz.
The Wiz.
The Wiz. The
The
Wiz.
There you go.
Wiz.
Perfect. Okay.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be Michael Jackson.
Okay, so my first choice was the guy who
He's
played
right.
Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory.
Nix.
Next.
That was one idea, but
Dude, that
the
guy
one
is
I-
retarded.
The one
Have
I
you ever
liked,
seen
the
him
one
like
I liked,
talk besides
Zach
anything?
Braff.
You took our choice. You took our choice. You
I
heard us.
told you that before.
Technically, we told.
No,
or
he never told me.
Technically, we had it before.
But
But-
he has
Because we did this when you were out of town.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So
That's what I'm saying, Zach Braff.
I would go with Zach Braff,
I like Zach Braff. Yeah.
and then maybe
Too bad you
maybe
pissed him off.
After the Great and Powerful Oz, he did, I think, as that little monkey thing.
Yeah.
He was really good, you know, portraying that role
Yeah.
through CGI. But no, his voice actually let a lot go on with that movie.
I'm gonna go back to what we
Really liked
said.
it.
Craig Robinson is Alpha 5. So,
Rangers, take your panties off.
Really?
Take your spandex off.
The minute they take off a helmet, he just explodes. I'm still gonna go with Lil Wayne as that.
Okay, so we have a third guest who shall
Fourth.
not fourth guest, sorry, who shall Eric don't count.
Eric doesn't really count in this podcast. So, by the way, if you hear us, you know, call us by each other's name. Eric is Mega Man. Beto is the Gorgeous Man or Beto
Bitch
Median.
man.
But Bitch Made and Bitch Made,
Bitch man.
which is also Eric.
Which is Beto. Don't try to throw that back at me.
And
bitch.
then you have Green Ranger, aka
You got
Bokai
Andrew.
Silver.
You got the mustache.
Racist.
So if you hear us go back and forth switching names, that's who we're going by.
So the fourth, I guess honorable mentions would be from Miss Moustache,
The love of my life.
aka future wife, aka Disneyite. Well, okay, so we have the Yellow Ranger.
Okay, and give it to this. The fact that we asked her to make a list. This is her list of people that she would, go out of her way to watch the movie for, even though she's not the biggest Power Ranger fan or whatnot. This is somebody that would draw her to at least go give the movie a try.
This is someone who hasn't taken Power Rangers seriously since Power Rangers came out.
Since Andrew said hello.
Yeah. I'm everybody.
10 years ago?
I'm everybody's Green Ranger,
One of these days when we get a chance, I'm gonna upload Andrew's photo to this.
Hey, they know what I look like.
So they know.
I don't know what you look like next to JDF.
Oh, hey.
We're gonna have to retake that 1 year.
So we need a group for the podcast. So
I'm gonna be back to back with him.
like we said, this was the most unbiased list of all. So we have Yellow Ranger as Adrian Show, I think it is. She's known as Kira in Teen Wolf. Like I said, pictures. As well as for Pink Ranger, we have Ashley Benson, who was in Spring Breakers,
and
as well as Pretty Little Liars.
I was gonna say I was very ashamed to say that, but Ashley
we
Benson.
have Evan Peters, Kick-Ass, who was also our choice for
Quicksilver.
Also
It was Quicksilver. Yeah.
as the Blue Ranger, which he chose. For the Red Ranger, we have Alex Pettyfer.
I can dig it.
From I Am Number 4 and Magic Mike.
I can definitely do that.
Magic Mike. Wait, who was he in there?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
Apparently, he was magical.
No, that was Channing Tate Young.
So, for Green Ranger, we have Diego Boneta.
Who?
Bonita?
Oh,
now you have a quality to make.
Wait, that's the guy from.
You sure? You sure I'm not sure if that's Gorgeous Man.
Is that the Gorgeous Man?
So Green, Diego Boneta, not well known, was in Rock of Ages, and then Black we have Dayo Okani.
You definitely have some apologies now.
Yeah, I will. Like I said, pictures. He was he was Thresh in the Hunger Games, as well as the Spectacular Now. That choice is actually it's okay. I would dig it. I actually thought he was very good as Thresh in the Hunger Games. Shout out to I totally forgot her name. I'll put a picture.
Jennifer Lawrence?
No. Yeah, shout out to Jennifer Lawrence too.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Awesome Mystique. Whew. So that is the Super Sentai podcast, or I don't remember what I called it.
The hour-long power hour.
The hour-long hour of power showers.
Our own ideas and,
If you have any thoughts on cast, go ahead and put them in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see the next, or hear the next podcast. So, Moustache out.
Gorgeous Man. Beto. You can call me by that nowadays.
Mega Man.
As
That's
always,
our first show.
peace.
Goodbye.